This is Stock Day. News and interviews from the microcap world. Public information on the OTC, pink sheets, and microcap stocks from around the world. With your host, Everett Jolly.
On today's show, we have a very exciting guest with us. His name is Tony Chiodo. He is the CEO of Soul and Vibe Interactive Inc., trading under the ticker symbol SOUL on the OTCQB. Our sponsor today is InvestorHangout.com. If you want to learn a lot about stocks, and go into InvestorsHangout.com. Tony, welcome to the show, and give us a little bit of a background of yourself and a little bit of background of your company.
Sure. Thank you for having me, Everett. I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me today. Soul and Vibe is a digital content publisher. We're very focused on three core areas. We're very focused on interactive games and apps, interactive storybooks, and digital music that is downloadable and streamable through about 10 to 12 of the biggest internet-based portals right now, including iTunes, Apple Music, etc. We are a licensee of the John Deere Company, and as of late have been focusing on products that bear that individual license. And our relationship with John Deere is very exciting for us. Back in November, we actually announced that our company has a special pack-in poster that's actually appearing in Tomy Toys, based on the Johnny Tractor and Friends preschool brand. And when someone actually buys one of those toys, inside they'll find this poster that has a call out for our interactive book series on one side of the poster, and then on the back side of the poster, there's a representative collection of the different toys that Tomy makes bearing the John Deere brand.
I see. What, I've heard a lot about your company. I've heard a lot about the space that you guys are in. What makes Soul and Vibe a little bit different than all the other different companies that are in this space?
I think the biggest thing that makes us different has been our ability to attract and work with big licensed brands such as the John Deere Company that I mentioned before. I think the other part of it is that we're very focused on having a diversified product portfolio. And again, that goes back to our goal of having a combination of interactive games and apps, interactive storybooks, and digital music. Our products have been critically acclaimed, and they have also been selected to appear, and this is kind of a neat shout out for me to do right now. This weekend in Minneapolis, Minnesota, there is an event that's called GlitchCon. It's the 29th and the 30th, and our survival game has been selected to be displayed at that event. It's a significant event for us because it actually enables us to participate in our very first con as a company, something that we're very excited to get out in front of a whole new group of people and actually show them not only the survival game, but also the collection of music that we have released through Soul and Vibe Music that actually complements that. I think another component that makes us different from other companies in our space is that as we continue to focus our attention on building a recurring release calendar, we're maintaining our licenses with console manufacturers such as Microsoft with the Xbox brand and with Sony with the PlayStation brand. And then recently, last year, we actually signed on to publish games for Nintendo platform devices as well.
What are Soul and Vibe's most recently released products? What are you guys working on right now? And when do you anticipate the release of any new products coming out to the market space?
Sure, absolutely. So back in the fourth quarter, we actually launched two titles. The first was an interactive storybook called Johnny Tractor and Friends Snow Day. It was a holiday-themed interactive book bearing the John Deere brand. We also released a very robust expansion for our Match 3 game, Timeless Gems. Timeless Gems is a Match 3 game that plays very much like Candy Crush, if you're familiar with that.
Yes.
And it's based on classic storybooks. And our most recent expansion is focused on The Jungle Book, which, of course, is on everybody's mind right now because of the new Disney movie. And then most recently, within the last couple of weeks, we launched our third interactive storybook bearing the John Deere brand. It's called Johnny Tractor and Friends Growing Season. All of the interactive books are available on the App Store for your Apple device. They're available on Google Play for your Android device. And if you have a Kindle Fire device, you can also get them through Amazon. Timeless Gems is available for Facebook as well as on Google Play and on the App Store. Most recently, we announced two individual titles. The first is called John Deere Pocket Farm. It's an interactive John Deere branded game, and we're going to have more details on that over the summer. So watch our official Facebook page, facebook.com/Soul and Vibe for more info on that. And then just last week, we also announced that we have signed a Utah-based design studio called Origin Studios to develop a line of 4 interactive storybooks based on some of our proprietary IPs. And we'll have some more details on that in the coming weeks, as well as some conceptual art that we'll distribute through our social media channels.
You know, I'm starting to hear a theme here. Tell me a little bit about your demographics. Is this for children? Is this for older people? What is your reach out there for that use your product?
The answer is actually all of the above, and it really comes down to a title by title or an offering by offering basis. The Johnny Tractor and Friends interactive storybooks tend to be very focused towards a preschool audience. They're meant to instill reading confidence. They teach things like teamwork and friendship. They're very friendly for a younger demographic, and of course we have that tie-in with Tomy that I mentioned earlier in our conversation today. Games such as Timeless Gems, which is a match 3 game, as well as our survival game, have had a very mixed demographic of male and female players, and we've literally had everybody download our titles from 12 years of age all the way up to 85 years of age. We're trying to do a very diverse amount of content, so that way we have something that is going to be appealing to just about everybody. And thanks to our broadened approach of supporting not only games but also interactive books and also downloadable music, we're setting up a scenario so that we have multiple different ways to get to consumers and use that as a mechanism to be not only a potential revenue-generating marketing vehicle, but also a way for us to build brands.
You guys have a website, yes? You want to give that out?
We do. It is www.soulandvibe.com. I will say, though, that I would recommend that for the best details on the company on a day-to-day and to see all the things we're working on, I would actually recommend visiting us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/Soul and Vibe. There's links there to all the individual product pages, as well as links to Soul and Vibe books and Soul and Vibe music. And we're also doing a steady stream of video releases talking about our games and our different offerings through our official YouTube channel, and that is youtube.com/Soul and Vibe.
My guest today is Tony Chiodo. He is the CEO of Soul and Vibe Interactive Inc., trading under the ticker symbol SOUL. Tony, I have a couple more questions for you. One, take us through the process of how you guys are monetizing this. Did you guys develop the apps? Are you just distributing the apps? Take us through the monetizing portion of this business.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Sure. So we actually have 3 different individual ways that we go and get products. So the first is we'll go hire a third-party development team to actually make something for us from scratch. Those are products that are made to spec. Those could be either an individual title, or in the case of our interactive books, we'll sign up a developer to do a series of, say, 4, which we've now done twice, both with Graphite Lab and the recently announced Origin Studios agreement. Another component is we can actually go out and we can either license or we can acquire a game that is a certain percentage complete. And then based on the terms of the agreement, our job as the publisher is to basically bring that product to market and make sure that people know how they can get it, how they can play. And then the third component for that is figuring out how we, of course, monetize everything, and that's by either making a product that is based on a licensed brand and deciding whether or not we're going to release an offering either as a free-to-play game with monetized content or as a game or app, in the case of our interactive storybooks, that is a premium launch, which basically means for every download, there is a sale made at that point of purchase on that digital marketplace. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. My guest today is Tony Chiodo. He is the CEO of Soul and Vibe Interactive Inc., trading under the ticker symbol SOUL. In closing here, Tony, is there anything you would like to get out to my listeners that we didn't get a chance to talk about, and maybe bring them up to speed on something?
Sure. Our focus as a company is on building a recurring release calendar, which is going to give us a nice, steady stream of content. It also gives us a steady, very tangible news cycle. And by doing that, we think we can not only build brands, but we can also drive top-line revenue for our business. And as we continue to grow and we continue to develop products, we're going to continue to focus on having a diversified product mix with the purpose of not only building brands, but reinforcing our company label as a publishing force. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you for coming on the show. We're going to be checking back with you in a couple of months and find out what's Soul and Vibe been up to. Thank you very much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Everett.
Snugly tucked between the dark forest and the misty marshes, the village of Rickle Gilbin was pinched by danger.